All right, let's come back and take a look at the local dailies in depth. All right, so we're going to rush through this. We start off with Taifa Leo. Ni kampeni za risasi na marungu. Masuala ya usalama. Tukio la mkutano wa gavana Natembeya kufyatuliwa risasi akiwa eneo bunge la Kabuchai, Bungoma mnamo Jumamosi limezua hisia na mjadala mkali kuhusu usalama wa viongozi na wakazi katika msimu wa kampeni. Tukio la Natembeya lilijiri siku moja baada ya wananchi kuwafukuza maafisa wa usalama waliodaiwa kutumwa kuvuruga mkutano wa upinzani Malava. Vilevile majuma mawili yaliyopita watu wawili waliuawa Katipu kwenye kampeni za ubunge wa eneo hilo. Habari kamili katika ukurasa wa pili wa gazeti hili wanasema kilele cha uhuni huo kilifikiwa mnamo Jumamosi baada ya Natembeya kutupiwa risasi na magari kuharibiwa. Election violence ahead of the by-election.
I'm telling you.
I'm looking forward to what your panelists will say about this today.
Yeah, well, of course we have the Election Offence Act as well, still in Parliament. It's not being steamrolled. We shall look into that.
Absolutely. Vidokezo zaidi, uchaguzi Kindiki na Mudavadi katika ratili, matokeo ya chaguzi ndogo Mbeere na Malava, mtihani mgumu. Habari nyingine katika ukurasa wa 3 wa gazeti hili. Makongeni ni vilio baada ya bomoa. I guess that is what they wanted to see.
Bad. Yeah. Bomoa.
Huh? They're wenging even Swahili. Wakazi wa mtaa Mkongwe walia kufurushwa bila huruma. Habari katika kurasa wa pili. Museveni na Ruto waahidi kupeleka SGR DRC. Wasema hayo katika hafla ya kuzindua kampuni ya Devki. Na kule juu masuala ya siasa bado pale. Winnie apewe cheo ODM. Huyo ni kulingana na Aladwa. Ataka binti Raila awe naibu kiongozi wa chama hicho ambacho kinara wake ni Oburu. Na masuala ya spoti pia. Chelsea tishio jipya, nao Man City na Liverpool hoi. The Blues yajikita katika nafasi ya pili ikisoma Arsenal mgongoni. Taifa Leo.
All right, the Daily Nation, this is what is on the front page of the Daily Nation this morning. How by-elections will change Ruto rivals 2027 plans is a splash. And looking at the flag at their politics, opposition leaders hope to prove popularity of Kenya Kwanza is dwindling. Thursday mini polls promise to act as a barometer for President William Ruto in choosing a new strategic partners, including entering into pre-election power-sharing deals for Deputy President Kithure Kindiki and Chief Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi. A poor showing of the president's party in Mbeere North and Malava, respectively, will have dire political consequences. And you have the story on page 4 and 5 of the publication today. Also, tears and pains. This is tears and pain. This is a bulldozer raving through and wreaking havoc there on all houses in Makongeni Estate in Nairobi yesterday after hundreds of residents were evicted by the government to pave way for the affordable houses. You can follow the story on page 2 of the publication today. And spending, State House leads others offices in budget breach. Fresh Treasury data shows that the State House spent 4.32 billion shillings against quarterly targets of 1.92 billion shillings for 3 months to September 30th, overshooting its recurrent budget by 125%. This is on page 21 of the Daily Nation this morning. And Deaflympics, Kenya raises medal tally to 10 in Tokyo Championships, with just 2 days remaining before the curtain falls on the 25th Summer Deaflympics. Kenya has garnered 10 medals, 4 gold, 4 silver and 2 bronze. This is on the back page of the publication. And something strange here, very novel, gospel on the dance floor. And we can see this priest preaching the word in clubs. This is Reverend Michael Watenga, an Anglican Church of Kenya priest in the Diocese of Kitale. is no stranger to Eldoret's entertainment joints.
Should we normalize that?
So just beside the DJ, chaka, chaka, chaka. Yeah, I'm rap.
In the name of the Father?
In the name of the Father. I just wonder, does it really go also with the vestures there, or is donning jeans and just laid back, right? Because it looks like also maybe there's a ceremonial service there where they offer sacrament and all.
Yeah.
I do not know. But you can follow the story on page 3 of the publication today. It's back to school for 30,000 CBE teachers. This is on page 7 of the publication today.
All right, that is the Daily Nation. The Standard, license to extort. Criminal nexus, a shadowy criminal network, has spent the past year sweeping across Kenya, posing as state officers and extorting millions from terrified business owners, all under the protection of uniformed police. Now, the Standard uncovers the full scale of a brazen scheme legitimized by dubious Gazette notices and quietly enabled by senior commanders. At its center is a private company accused of impersonating regulators from KEBS to Kerry, while shaking down traders nationwide. Despite official directives to halt the operations, the syndicate continues to strike with impunity, leaving victims asking, who is protecting them? At the center of this scandal, we have Mercy Winja, Edward Olang, Nehemiah Nyaga Washira, Wycliffe Nyamanya, and Tabitha Kwena. Now, there are signed documents here which have also been published on the front page of the Standard this morning. And this story, once again, is on page 2. They say ring fleecing business owners protected by police chiefs. Multi-Works and Rights Enforcement Limited presents itself as a consumer rights and protection organization. Individuals allegedly from the firm, accompanied by police officers, impersonate government regulators to extort businesses. According to a private investigator quoted here, it is a group of about 20 to 30 individuals who move from town to town, but the top ring has about 10 individuals. Oh, interesting. Page 2, you can take a look at this story, and this is the only story covered on the front page of the Standard. Tukiangalia ndani, page 3, Kenya flagged among Africa's crime hotspots. Crime hotspots in this country. As unaona, it just vindicates this story on page 2. Ring fleecing businesses, owners protected by police chiefs. And then on page 3, they talk about us being flagged among African crime hotspots. But
would you say when we have a whole ship being flagged, carrying drugs at the coast, that we are the hub of transmitting this narcotics across, the entire region. So this one is not really a surprise. Yeah.
Likely losers, Minipol serve as litmus test for top power brokers. There is a story on page 4. Upcoming by-elections are more than local contests. They will determine regional power and test key leaders' influence. They will influence Ruto's government and set the stage for Kenya's 2027 political realignment. On the back page, homeboys close in on Gor as Leopards poor run goes on. Ingwe drop points for third consecutive match after 1-1 draw against Sharks. Muranga still salvage a point against visiting Shabana side. And Liverpool a mess, says worried captain Van Dijk. That's the Standard this morning.
All right, the People Daily is asking a probing question. Is ODM now part of Ruto's failure? The party's internal paralysis has left Kenya without an effective opposition at a time when public frustration with the president is at its peak. Now, disunity has crippled the party's ability to challenge the government. The party's public messaging is inconsistent, leaving Kenyans unsure where it stands on major economic and political issues. The top leadership is more preoccupied with internal supremacy battles, meaning remaining mute in the middle of national crises. Also, the absence of coordinated opposition has created a dangerous vacuum, enabling the Kenya Kwanza administration to push controversial policies with little resistance. That is what we have there on the disjointed. Looking at the flag of missing in action, and you can see some of the sullen faces of some of the ODM officials there. And President Ruto as well has been inching closer within ODM affairs. It's critical for him right now. And we've seen some of the operatives within ODM saying, yeah, he needs more of the ODM than ODM needs him. So the story, you can follow it on page 5 and 6 of the publication today. Thursday showdown, the by-elections, everyone's watching. Yes, indeed, everyone is keeping their eyes peeled and keeping out their ear to listen in to find out what will be happening on the ground. Two major, of course, centers that will be of critical to the Kenya Kwanza administration is Mbeere North, Malava, as well, Kasipul. And so members of parliament that we were there before, and then now they're maybe the cabinet secretary like Wandai has in Ugunja as well, has to show himself that he can bring, the numbers to the president. There's an opinion there. Kenya's exam fixation is fueling a nation of cheats, right? We're still never gazing on exams. It's a do or die thing, right? And we thought maybe with the CBC, that will be a thing of the past. That's why everyone now is having them, or Kenya. I don't want to ask questions.
People in politics, People Daily. Let's take a look at the Business Daily now.
Excuse me.
Sorry for that. Trump X's 7 billion shillings road deal signed by Ruto and Biden. Now, shortly after taking office for a second term, US President Donald Trump scrapped a 7.6 billion shillings deal his predecessor signed with Kenya's William Ruto, throwing the Nairobi Bus Rapid Transit, that is the BRT project, into uncertainty. Now, new disclosures from Treasury reveal that the Millennium Challenge Corporation threshold program, originally earmarked for implementation in Kenya, is now slated for termination. The agreement was signed on September 19, 2023 in New York and entered into force on May 23, 2024, following President Ruto's state visit to the White House. Now, the program, designed to run from January 7, 2024 to June 30, 2027, aimed to improve urban connectivity, promote economic growth, and provide safer, climate-friendly transport options for underserved groups in Nairobi. This story is on page 2. Cancellation leaves Nairobi BRT project in limbo. Big ticket contracts terminated by US cross 108 billion shillings. This
is such a big tripping wire for President Ruto, whose quest for, a Singapore, a first world that we are to be, according to his own projection, even beyond his tenure. So this sets back his ambition. 7 billion shillings is such an eye-popping figure. And yes, we were bound to see this with the Trump really coming in, and everyone was also very bullish looking at, Vice President Vidi coming on to Kenya, but that was cancelled because he could not really attend also the South African G7 summit. So there maybe will have been a glimmer of hope, making sure that we can course correct some of the issues that are like Goa that has not been renewed, and now we have this as well. So this is such a damper,
a big blow
for the president.
Top 40 and 40 men covered in the front page of this newspaper 2025. It's interesting because last week was International Men's Week, and these men are disruptors, doers, and problem solvers. Extensively on the inside pages of the Business Daily. On the ticker, Treasury on the spot over 2.6 trillion shillings domestic borrowings. Court upholds site on liquidation to recover 11 billion shillings assets, and investors chase returns in long-term government bonds. That's the Business Daily this morning.
Doers. These men are doers. I wonder that. I just got a hang up of it. Who is a doer?
Did you attend men's conference this year?
I've never attended
this weekend.
Conference. No. I don't know what really entails there, so I wouldn't really show up for a meeting that I have no, agenda that maybe is rhyming up with what I really stand for. I don't know what really transpires there anyway.
I'll ask for you next time.
Please do.
The Star. Now, close to 30 billion shillings lost in state plan to uplift youth and women. Audits and earth graft in Hustler, Wezo, among other funds. And the story is on page 4 and 5. Parties go all out as by-election campaigns end. We see them here on the front page of The Star. We have a physical copy here.
Yes.
And they say DCP leader Rigathi Gachagua and Newton Karishu is vying for Mbeere North MP on the DP ticket. DCP Deputy Party Leader Cleophas Malala, Malava MP candidate Seth Panyako, and DAPK leader Eugene Wamalwa campaign in Malava. National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula, Kenya Kwanza candidate David Ndakwa, and Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi campaign in Malava still. Deputy President Kithure Kindiki and Mbeere North UDA candidate Leo Wamuthende during the Ngiri People's Forum in Muminji Ward, that is in Mbeere North constituency, Embu County. All that is about on this photo right here on the phone. It's a collage of the campaigns in various constituencies. High cost of production hurting our textile sector. It's another story on page 6. On the top strip, Matters Politics, IEBC dismisses claims of rigging, says it's ready for by-election. And Ruto, Kenya and Uganda are sisters, they'll never fight. That story is on page 2. That's the Star this morning. Fresh, independent, different. Grab a copy at 60 Kenya shillings today.
Yes.
You wanted to say something?
Yes, yes. Well, I was just wondering, sisters, they never fight?
Yes.
Oh.
Sisters fight. I fight with mine almost every day. But anyway, according to Ruto, sisters don't fight.
They don't fight.
Sawa. Once again.
Yes, this is up next. Kipruto Rapkirwa, former Agriculture Cabinet Minister, is here in the studio. Also, we shall be joined momentarily by Kathy Irungu, governance expert. Samuel Pugisio, former Cabinet ICT Minister, is here as well. And we have a very interesting discussion looking at some of the things that we flagged this morning, especially on the by-elections, which is coming up, is a topical issue this week. And very pivotal is a do or die for some parties as well, with very key wards and also constituencies being looked at. Mbeere North, Malava, Kasipul. These are some of the things. And the IBC also coming to just quell the fears that there won't be any riggings as well. But there are latest development that we know. We know that is coming also from the other side of Mbeere North, especially when it comes to Leo Muthendu. In fact, that particular name, I don't want to mention what it means. Yeah, maybe Kathy Irungu will tell us what Muthendu means. It's a very funny one. Yes, but the latest development, I think some of the opposition leaders are raising questions about the Muthende. They are raising questions about his credibility that is sold through the IBC, and there are questions arising about some of his past, and which we shall put it on the table with